The Hudson Bay Explained in under 3 minutes. Chapter 1. What is the Hudson Bay? The simple answer would be to say a body of water in Canada just south of the Arctic Circle. The more precise you want to narrow it down though, the vaguer it gets. From space, the Hudson Bay looks like it's almost a lake, or a reverse peninsula. Unfortunately though, that is not a real term. The Hudson Bay is included in the list of epicontinental seas, where you can find it among the Baltic and Caspian Sea, but it is also part of the list of marginal seas, where it stands next to the English Channel, the Aegean Sea, or the Red Sea. According to the International Hydrographic Organization, it is part of the Arctic Ocean, but other sources which determine its belonging based on where most of the water drains to consider the Hudson Bay part of the Atlantic Ocean. So in conclusion, we don't know yet. Chapter 2. The Hudson Bay in History. The indigenous people, called Cree, have been living around the Hudson Bay for hundreds of years before the first contact with Europeans was made in the 16th century. The Hudson Bay itself was first discovered in 1610 by Sir Henry Hudson, who was in search of a westwards route to China and the Indies. Hudson entered the Hudson Bay through the Hudson Strait, but his ship became trapped in the ice over the winter. He and his crew survived the harsh conditions on shore, and Hudson wanted to continue his quest in the following spring. This, however, led to a mutiny after his crew was fed up with him and just wanted to return home. Whether he, his son, and the loyal crewmates that had to join him survived the incident is not known. Henry Hudson was followed by other British explorers in the following 50 years to continue the search for a route to East Asia, but for obvious reasons, they all failed in their mission. One thing that the explorers noticed, however, is the abundance of furry animals along the shores and rivers of the Hudson Bay. Chapter 3. Business in the Hudson Bay. Two French merchants heard from the Cree people about the abundance of beavers, squirrels, otters, and moose, after which they were looking for investors to fund their first trapping expedition. They found a supporter in the name of Prince Rupert during a trip to England and returned a few years later with their profitable cargo. This led to the establishment of the Hudson Bay Company, which received a monopoly from the British Crown to become the de facto government of the entire watershed of the Hudson Bay, which would encompass 3.9 million square kilometers, which is almost the size of the European Union today. The Hudson Bay Company went on to conduct global fur trade for the following 200 years, until they were forced to give up their land to the newly formed Canada. This also meant that the company lost its monopoly on the hunting rights, from which point forward, the company gradually turned their trading forts into department stores across North America. Today, this company has been in business for over 350 years, but there's not much left of its former glory. Thanks for watching, subscribe and leave a like if you enjoyed it. Cheers.